You were listening to Just a Touch of Jay's vocals, baby. Yes, and God just dropped it down on me. Yes, baby. God just dropped it down on me. So look, oh my God, y'all always know I got a story for you, right? So look, I'm in here, I'm chilling. And then, I'm talking to God. And God over here talking to me, man. So I'm like, all right, man. He like, I told you was going to be recording later. So I'm like, yeah, you did. Because I was getting ready to go walking. I love freaking walking. Yeah, oh my gosh. Like, I be walking like 4 hours a day. Like, I just love being outside nature. Like, I don't know. These last few years, my life has just changed. So I just get ready to go walk. And then I felt it. I was like, I'm in the bathroom getting myself together. I told y'all he been coming to me lately when I've been in the bathroom. I don't know why, but that's what the Lord been doing. So and then getting myself together, washing my face, getting everything straight, and then he dropped a dime on me. Yo, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm real thorough and wise. He telling me how thorough and wise I am, how proud he is of me, and everything like that. And he was like, you started talking to me about one of my boyfriend things, right? Yo, I can't make this up. God started talking to me about boyfriend number 10. I'm like, yo, he been talking to me about him lately. I told y'all that. So I'm like, yeah, He like, yeah, it's time. God be handling me. So I'm like, all right, what's up? Because when you get ready to talk to me, I'm like, oh, man, all right, come on. So I'm like, what's up? He like, what it's not like to, look, I can't even get myself together. He said, I told y'all now I'm going to talk about this man. But look, this is what God said. God was like, yo, you ain't never try to make him love you. You know what it's like to not have the love. And I was like, yeah. He's like, a lot of stuff you grew up with in life. Like, what it's like to not have like family support and just love, right? And you was like, what it is to not feel the love. And I was like, yeah. You was like, so you always gave everybody love. And I was like, yeah. He was like, you ain't never tried to make nobody love you. And I was like, I had to think about it, right? Because I'm like, I felt it coming. I felt my help coming. I felt my help coming. I was like, look, my help is coming. Lord, have mercy. I felt it. I knew I had to come on here and talk to my babies. I was like, oh, man. But God was just like, think about it. So I'm like, dang, did I ever try to make somebody love me? He's like, because you know about what they do when they be trying to make people love them. And I was like, what? He was like, you done had your share of phone calls. And I was like, huh? And he was like, the females that used to call you up for looking for them. So I was like, well, nobody never called me up. He was like, only with one of your boyfriend things. Boyfriend number 10, that's the love of my life, y'all. Yeah. They was always calling me up looking for him. And I used to be like, what? And God was like, that's the stuff you do when you try to make somebody love you. You was like, you just gave people the love. He was telling me, he was like, you just gave people the love. You ain't ever try to make nobody love you. Not even the one, that you love. The love of your life, baby. That's what he said. He was like, you ain't even try to make him love you. And I was like, well, I start thinking about it. I'm like, well, I did used to be sending them flowers and, giving them baths and all that other type of stuff, cards and cooking for them. And, that's the love of my life. I was good ahead. I was putting that business out there for them. They used to be walking in, the music playing and stuff, candles lit. I ain't never, not do it the right way. But I was thinking, I'm like, was I trying to make them love me? And God was like, no, you never did that. So I'm like, all right, you right, I didn't. He was like, the things you did when you sent them flowers and all that type of stuff, he was like, you did that. He was like, you did that just from the love. And so here I go, right? No, God, there was a few, I sent a lot of people flowers. That's what I told him. I was like, no, I sent a lot of people flowers. And he was like, go ahead, count, He's like, but some you didn't. And I was like, yeah, you're right about that. He's like, but you sent other people flowers just to be sending them to him. He was like, this is what God told me. God was like this, but with him, you ain't do it like that. Like with him, you sent it to him because that's what you felt that he deserved. And I was like, yeah. He was like, see how thorough and wise you are? He was like, that's the only reason why you did things like that for him. He was like, because you really felt like he deserved that. So I was like, so what I gotta call this, right? This is what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, I can't even be talking about him. Like, y'all, he is the love of my life. That's what I tell you on the Just a Touch of J podcast, baby. But this ain't the podcast, And shout out to y'all. A whole 300 and something thousand. Y'all is out there. Y'all got me going. Look, I wanted my email today. They was like, we want to sponsor you about this and that. I'm like, dang. I'm like, y'all out here wilding. Thank you. These people loving these podcasts out here. And shout out to you all up in Australia. Thank you so much. I see y'all. Y'all are so thorough and wise. Y'all are just amazing. I tell y'all on the Just a Touch of J podcast, but this is Just a Touch of J's vocals, baby. And I said, God, what I gotta name it, And he was like, you gotta name it this. Y'all can't be out there trying to make somebody love you. And I was like, what? He's like, you gotta talk to them. Tell them they can't be out there trying to make somebody love them. That's when you start doing stuff like that. He was like, you start doing stuff like, is he over there calling people up and spying and trying to get in the emails, acting like you him and all that crazy stuff. Trying to find them because you missing the love. He not giving it to you because it's not for him to give it to you. Yeah, that's something that you missing on the inside, honey. Yeah, you got to get you straight because you not straight. Yeah, because you out here trying to make somebody love you. Somebody love you, they know how to treat you right. Yeah, they don't do that crazy type of stuff where you got to be out there searching for them and all that. They just be like, nah, they can't even do you like that when they love you. They got a different type of respect for you when they love you. They don't be having you out here doing all that. And if they start to do something like that, they'll leave you alone. Because they like, she don't even deserve that. Yeah, when they love you, but when they don't, for females and males. That's when they start doing that crazy stuff on them. That's why I never try to make nobody love me. Yeah, I never tried to make nobody love because I was really politicking with God. I was like, you sure? I used to be doing some nice stuff. He was like, anything you ever did was just out of the love because you felt like people deserved it. Y'all know my boyfriend thing.
31 years of me dating. 10 boyfriends, 10 different ways, baby.
Yeah, some of them I love and some of them I didn't. Yeah, that's what I've been talking to y'all about on the Just a Touch of J podcast, baby. Y'all, I'm so tired. Look, hold on. Listen, I got to tell you this. This is how tired I am. So I get up, I go to the gym. I'm not lying, y'all. I've been making Love Beats kitchen like crazy, right? I told myself, I was like, I'm going to put on 10 pounds of muscle because, like the wintertime is coming. And I was like slimmer in the summer months and stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to put like 10-pound muscle on, right? That's what I said to myself. No lie, I can't make this up. So I'm like, Lord, I'm put on 10-pound muscle, right? So I went ahead and I was like, I know just how I'm going to do it. I'm up my calories to like 2,600 and 2,800, then drop back down a little bit and just mellow it out, right? So I'm like eating coconut stuff and, goat milk and having a good time. I told y'all, I've been over there making Love and Beast kitchen, baby. Like, look, wait till y'all get this. Hold on, let me get to the thing. Wait, because God said, I got to make sure I tell you all this. He said, make sure you tell him the name. Yo, let me tell you about this chicken he gave me. Like, because y'all know I got recipes from God. Those of y'all who know. All right, so, and thank you. I love you for all your support with it. But here it is, right? He told me to call it this. This, that chicken. No, wait. This, that money. That's what it's called. Damn, this, that money. That's what it's called. All right, I got it. God told me to tell y'all it's this. Damn, this, that money. Because look, as I was eating it, I just kept saying, damn, this, that money. Like, this is that money. Like, what is going on with this? Why does it taste so good? It's my coconut chicken thighs. You know, I've been eating them, because, I eat light meat. So I was like, I got to get some dark meat up in there. Ain't nothing like some dark meat, baby. But look, I said, I just need, y'all know how I get when I start talking about food. Food turns me on, y'all, for y'all that don't know. And it just does something to me. Hold on, let me sip on some of this water. That's what I be doing on the podcast. Ain't nothing like some good water. Child, but look, anyway, that's what I tell them on the Justice J podcast, baby. I'll be like, let me get here real quick and sip on some of this water. Because ain't nothing like water. But I'm politicking with God. I'm just like, I'm really, really like, are you sure I wasn't trying to make nobody love me? And he like, Veronica, you ain't never make nobody love you. Not even when you be out here working out. You be doing stuff and everything, You up in the calories and everything else. I'm like, yeah, you right. I know. So anyway, I gained all the weight that I wanted to put on. I got my 10 pounds on me, right? So now I'm like mellowing out, doing what it is that I do. But God, like, that chicken, you know how I used to be cooking for people and stuff? You did that out of love. That's how you got up with Making Love V's Kitchen. That's where I do my food thing. Yeah, God just been having me chilling and stuff, doing these recipes and recipes from God and just doing all this stuff with it, behind the scenes. So when I put it out there, it's out there in pieces for you, baby. Yeah, but he was like, when you cooked for him, when you brought him flowers, anything that you did, you just did it because you felt like, that's what you should do. You felt like people deserved it. Like this how I felt, y'all. Look, I don't know if y'all other women out there felt like this, but if you messing with me, you got to be done right. This why I used to tell boyfriend number 10, like when I didn't see him sometimes for a little bit, sometimes I didn't see him here and there. And then I saw him here and there, But when I used to see him, I would be like, yo, who you out here messing with? Because they ain't taking care of you. I used to be looking at his fingernails and stuff like, what in the hell? You ain't getting your feet done or nothing? Like, he know it. I used to tell him that because I'm like, no, you got to do better than that. Can't be out here messing with these females that ain't taking care of you, right? But when I did stuff for people, I just did it because I'm like, you with me? Like, that's just standard. Why would I not treat you good? You had to be treated good, especially 10. I told you I used to be giving him baths and everything. Like, yo, my God. I used to pat him dry. Not because nothing, because he deserved that. If you messing with me, you deserve to get patted dry. Baby, this is just a touch of J. Look, y'all gonna get this on the podcast, but God was like, look, this is just a touch of J's vocals, baby. This is what he said. He was telling me all of that. And he was like, look. The thing is that they struggling with not having love. And I was like, oh, you got to give me a scripture for it, right? Because I'm like, I can't just go to him without nothing. Like, what do you mean struggling? He like, you know what it's like to not have love. Remember I told y'all? That's what he told me in the beginning. Yeah, he was like, you remember that. You know what that's like. He was like, you just you never tried to make nobody love you though. Yeah, you just did stuff because you just love people generally. You know, you always want to do nice things for people. He was like, but some people, when they real messed up, told y'all be out here seeing people like trees. Y'all be out here just doing stuff like that. Yeah, I told you the definition of messed up. Emotionally unstable and confused. Look it up. You're unhappy. That's what it says. You're unhappy when you messed up. So you just be doing stuff. And he was like, you got to go talk to him. Like, yo, you're missing something. It's him. You know, that's the part that you missing. So then I was like, okay, because I'm in my room. The one with the 100 scriptures. I got this room, y'all. Shout out to God for giving me 2 houses. Like, yo, I got this room for the scriptures. And, you know, I'm in my Job season. God has been giving me double of everything. And I'm like, yo, literally, look at that some stuff right now. It's double. But I got 50 and another 50. I got 100 scriptures and they surround me. So I'm like, what is the scripture? Give me something. So he bring me on over. And I'm looking and it just points out, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23. He said, my name is Wonderful Counselor, but the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They don't even know what makes them stumble. Proverbs 4:19. And the first one was Proverbs 4:23. You know, that's classic. But they don't even know what makes them stumble. They like deep darkness. And then he told me, my name is Elroy, the God who sees. And that was just a touch of J's scriptures, baby. Yeah, if y'all know nothing about that, make sure y'all Google that, baby. But anyway, look, so I'm like, I need to know more. Like, what are you talking about? Going back and forth with the politicking. Because I'm like, God, it got to be something else. Like, what? And he was like, you know, you got to guard your heart. What's the heart? The love. Everything you do flows from that. He's like, that's why I used to be treating them good. He's like, and sometimes you used to be messed up because you was doing it from your heart. And he said, special boyfriend number 10. I was like, all right, God, like, okay. So anyway, look, we go back. Then he goes like this, but you know the ones, is some of them out there that's just really deceiving. He was like, they do it in a way of wicked. It's like deep darkness. They don't even know what make them stumble. I was like, yeah, you're right about that. See, they don't even know what making them stumble because they're lacking God. Yeah, and they can't even see straight. So they out here and they tripping all over themselves. Tripping over themselves and everybody else. Look, man, I'm just trying to drop a dime on you. I hope you could catch up. Because I cannot slow it down. I can't. Y'all got to get this business, this work. Y'all out here tripping over yourself. Look, let me tell you something real quick. Right? Say this, okay? I got to get over myself and stop worrying about how other people see me. Give them just a touch of J. Not too much. Everything else is God. I'm just trying to put it all out there in pieces for you, baby. Yep, that's what God told me. He was like, no. Some of y'all really got to stop worrying about how other people see you. That's your problem. Like, you out here just trying to get them to see you. You should be focusing on God. I was like, all right, man. He's like, man, they lacking something. That's what it is. That's when that wicked stuff start coming out. They start doing deceitful things. Yeah. emotional things, caught up in their feelings and stuff, instead of seeing life logical. I was like, dang. He was like, you got to go in there and talk to him. He said, I need you to drop a dime on him. I'm like, God, but I just don't really feel like it right now. Because, y'all, I told you, let's go back to it. I've been really working out. Like, yo, I've been working out, y'all. Listen, I have been working out so much and developing all these programs and stuff and training people. Shout out to you, Lisa, if you listening. Yo, I've been like really beasting out. Like, I looked at how many legs I did today. 630 leg movements. Like, you got to be kidding me. Let me see what else I did. My abs was 570. My arms was 380. That's what I did today. Today is, what is this? September the 4th. September the 5th. Friday. Let me make sure. Right. Yeah, Friday. The 5th. But yeah, I just been over here beats now eating, and I only did my arms like that because my arms hurt. I'm doing more push-ups now. So like my arms just be like, sometimes. And I was in a car accident when my car was on fire, so my neck is a little messed up. But I've been dancing, y'all. Oh, I've been dancing. I dance at least probably like 3 hours a day. Then I got these deep squats that I sit in. I eat like that sometimes. Like my body is just like crazy. I keep trying to tell y'all. I've been in boot camp. Like God be having me doing some crazy things. Yeah, but I put on this muscle and stuff. I put on this weight. That weight, yo. That weight is something else. That weight. You put that weight on, you be looking like what? Especially when your body is all toned and cut up and you all healthy. You ain't eating no type of McDonald's. Somebody I know was eating McDonald's. I don't want to say I know them like that, but they was talking about the McDonald's that they eat, y'all. Shout out to you, McDonald's, if you listening. But, they was like, yeah, I just love McDonald's. And I thought to myself, who eats that? I don't even know anybody who eats McDonald's. I haven't for at least the past 8 years. Not no like burgers and nothing like that. They might be like, I got a oatmeal or something, But McDonald's, and that's even if they even attempt to do that. Yeah, we don't do no fast food around here. We eat that goodness. Y'all got to check this out, though. I've been putting that Jay-Z. Yeah, Cardi B, imaginary player and imaginary players out there. Yeah, I'm definitely talking to y'all through that. Yo, God was like, yeah, you just like Cardi B. I was like this. I'm like, no, I'm not. I had to keep listening to it. And then I was like, you right about that. He kept telling me, like, you better listen to that. Because sometimes he tell me put something out there, use that, when I'm promoting artists. And he'll be like, use that. And I'm like, for what? Don't even make no sense. She cursing and all that. Shout out to you, Cardi, if you listening, But, yeah. Because, look, they be listening. And I know that personally. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, it's cursing on it. I'm like, she ain't do the thing. I'm like, Cardi, you ain't do the regular version. Like, okay, all right, it's real gangster. Okay, so I'm like, well, what part can I use, God? Like, you got to use the song. Give them just and such a J. So I've been putting it out there for y'all in pieces. But I'm talking to you through that thing. Yeah, that thing is that business, baby. Check it out. And I'm saying all that to say, she is just so confident with herself. And some of y'all, I think y'all lacking that confidence. Yeah, So you out here acting crazy and stuff. You're not guarding your heart. Yeah. and the wickedness is coming up out of you. It's like deep darkness. You don't even know what make you stumble. Yeah, y'all got to get that. So then I said, okay, well, where is the scripture at, right? Because then I had to do that. I said, God, look, you're going to have to go ahead and help me out with this one because I need to catch it, right? So he's talking, right? Hold on, let me sit down. He's talking. I'm going to try to go ahead and put this out there in pieces for y'all. Because this is something right here. When he said, you just got to read it. All right, so bear with me. Look. Hear, O children, the instructions of a father. Okay, this is Proverbs 4. And pay attention and be willing to learn. So that you may gain understanding and intelligent discernment. For I gave you good doctrine. Do not turn away from my instructions. When I was a son with my father David, tender, and the only son in the sight of the mother, Bathsheba, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words. Keep my commandments and live, right? And he's saying this, get wisdom, get understanding, and do not forget my words or turn away from them. Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you, her love, and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is to get the wisdom. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. Though it costs all you have, y'all, get understanding. Cherish her, and she will exalt you. Oh my God. Embrace her, and she will honor you, and she will give you a garland to grace your head and present you with a glorious crown. Child, listen, my son, accept what I say. And the years of your life will be many. That's all you got to do is accept that, and the years of your life will be, look, then it says, I instruct you in the way of wisdom and led you along straight paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hampered. And when you run, you will not stumble. Hold on to instruction and do not let it go. Guard it well, for it is your life. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked or walk in the way of evildoers. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn and go on your way, for they cannot rest until they do evil. They are robbed of sleep till they make someone stumble. They eat bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. The path of righteousness is like morning sun, shining ever bright to the full light of day. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They don't even know what make them stumble. My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my word. Do not let it out of your sight. Keep them in your hearts, for they are the life. Those who find them, and health to one's whole body. Above all else, this one right here, child, this is my scripture. Above all else, okay, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Keep your mouth free from perversity. Keep corrupt talk from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Be careful, though, to the paths of your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil. He gave me all that. I said, God, well, what is it that you really saying? He said, they out here tripping. They out here getting into things they ain't supposed to get into. And I'm trying to give him the instructions right there. He said, you just going to have to read it to him. And I'm like, I don't even know, God, that's a lot of reading. He was like, no, somebody needs to hear that. So I'm like, all right, man, I got to go ahead and drop a dime on y'all, please. I don't know what it is that y'all out there doing. I don't know. I mean, this one was kind of tricky because I'm like, well, he was like, don't forget to tell him about the food, make love V's kitchen. I'm like, okay, what is it called? And y'all know what the thing called. Let me go ahead and get there. So we got that. Damn, this damn money. It's the coconut chicken thighs. He said, don't forget to tell him that, because all I kept saying is, damn, it's that money. Like, this is that money. This tastes so good. He was like, yeah, you've been making love in V's kitchen. That's the love. When y'all out here, when y'all want somebody to love you, this is what he said, stop trying to make people love you. You can't make nobody love you. Just like you can't make nobody believe God. God is love. You can't make nobody love you. He was like, they out there trying to make people love him. Ronica. I'm like, damn, you right. And that's when he was telling me, but you ain't ever tried to do that. And that's when I kept going back and forth, like, you sure? He was like, no, you never tried to make nobody love you. Some of them thought you did. Because you was just really, really nice. Like, you would get them cards. And I always wanted to see my boyfriend things happy. I ain't never want him to come over and have to be all stressed out. I know I stressed some of them out because, I wasn't always together. But I was trying to, especially at the end. Yeah, baby. And then God dropped a dime on me with this. Listen, when God had said this to me, I was like, oh my God. He was like, but someone was trying to make you love them. And I was like, which ones? No, God, no. I tell y'all, I be having these conversations just like this. He was like, someone was really trying to make you love them. He was like, because that's when you was out there in the wilderness. You was a little lost. They was like, damn, Shawnee ain't say that I love her, And I was like, damn, who did that? And he told me. He's like, boyfriend number 9. I was like, damn. He's like, 10 did it. I was like, damn. He was like, 8. I was like, okay. I was like, anybody else? He's like, yeah, and 4. And I was like, whew. He was like, trying to tell me certain stuff. He was like, this one only did it with sex. He was just letting me know, dropping dimes. And I was like, damn. He was like, but he was like, but you ain't never do it like that. Y'all got some problems, man. I heard trying to make people love you. Like, you don't got to make nobody love you. They just love you. I don't know, y'all. Look, this is what he said. He was like, you better go ahead and talk to him, Veronica. I'm like, I'm tired. I've been working out. Told y'all. Wait till y'all see this body. Oh my God. The stuff I've been doing, I swear it's like military workout. Like, I be doing pull-ups and I be doing these hanging leg exercises. And I squat and I get back up, do cross crawls, dance in between, always dancing, like just all type of stuff. Squats again, dips, 2 different types of dips. Like, then I lift weights. And it's just my regular routine. It's crazy. But yeah, man, that weight to do something to you. How you looking extra thick. How you looking different. And that's what y'all out here doing. Y'all got that weight on you. Y'all messed up with the whole love thing. Out here trying to make people see you. No. When somebody love you, they just love you. It don't never go nowhere. Yeah, listen, ladies, let me help you out. And fellas, okay? If you got some type of issue and you really out here, like, you gotta, like, try to make somebody love you, like, find them and, like, do all this stuff and do all this manipulation and stuff. Like, you crossed over to a different type of, that's like witchcraft. That's what God was saying, you become real wicked. He was like, you got to turn from that type of stuff because you doing stuff for love. He's love. And that's why you all out here messed up. You don't never got to do nothing like that. When somebody love you, you will know that they love you. Yeah, they don't do you certain type of ways. I keep trying to tell you that. If you out here trying to make somebody love you and got to do all this other trickery and all this to try to get them, no, they don't want to get got. Do you understand that? They wouldn't be doing that to you if they loved you. They don't want to really hurt who they love. Listen, baby, this is just such a day. I ain't have nobody really try to hurt me. None of my boyfriend things, they wasn't into that. Maybe like push me away or something a little bit like that, because they know they wasn't straight. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, they ain't treat me like that, and I ain't treat them like that. Y'all got to be careful out here. Y'all do. Because y'all going to be messed up. You better go ahead and read that Proverbs, that lesson. Yo, you got to guard your heart, because your issues is flowing through it. You got some issues where you need love, and you trying to make people love you that don't even be treating you right and be doing you wrong and stuff. Like, forget that. Oh, man. Because this is what God had told me. This is kind of how it started. Like a couple of days ago, he was talking to me about it. And he was just like, when somebody really loves you, they don't treat you messed up. God was really talking to me about it. He's like, Veronica, no. He was like, how many people you could have really did some stuff to? And he been telling me about myself lately. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. He was like, but you chose not to because of love. He was like, you just an amazing person. He was like, and some people, they be out here messed up. They be trying to do stuff for love that you just give. And I was like, damn, he was dropping a dime on me. He was like, yo, you really got to talk to him because they really out here trying to make people love them. He was like, you know what it's like not to have the love, but I just never tried to make nobody love me, though. Like I've just been a good person. So I don't know who out there trying to make somebody love them. Look, please stop, okay? Please. Because you ain't straight. You ain't straight, baby. You know what I mean? You ain't right. If you start doing all that stuff, I had to go to her house and she had this guy there and all this type of stuff. No, baby, please. Go ahead, find you somebody else. Yeah, God don't want you going through that. No, he don't want you doing all that. And don't even be trying to be with them and stuff because they can't see your value. This is what God had told me about myself. Here's Veronica, listen. He was like, they have to be able to see your value. He was like, someone was just doing certain stuff. And he told me, he's like, and that's why you couldn't mess with them like that. You didn't really give them the privileges. Let them take you out. Let them do stuff with you because they didn't see your value. Like, how could they not see how amazing you are? That's why boyfriend number 9, shout out to you, baby, if you listening. That's why I give him kudos because he used to be schooling me on this stuff. He was like, what? He let you go? Like, no. Because, I told y'all he knew God and stuff. He used to be a pastor on the Just Such Day podcast, baby. But he could tell with certain stuff with me. He would be just like, he became my accountability partner. And he would just be telling me stuff like, you don't know, no. Do you know how amazing you are? Like, what? Like, your value, like, you are really a thorough type of woman. He's like, I remember he told me, like, yo, you so thorough, somebody will think you fake. I remember when he told me that. He was like, but just keep on being like that. Yeah, but, sometimes they just don't see that. They don't see that, but you can't be trying to make them love you and stuff. Yeah, if they see the value, then they'll always see your value. Yeah, what did he tell me? Hold on. He told me something else, too. He told me to write it down. Child, y'all, I'm trying to hurry up. He told me this, too. This what he had gave me the other day. Look, I'm just telling y'all what God be telling me. Oh, he said, you got to be fake. Oh, you got to fake being somebody else when you haven't learned how to be yourself. Shout out to you, boyfriend number 9. Yeah, you got to fake being somebody. Yeah, when you don't know how to be yourself. He said, y'all be out there doing that too. Yeah, that's what he said. He was like, y'all be out here like not being who y'all supposed to be. Yeah, because you be out here trying to just be other people and stuff because you don't know who you are because you lacking the love, and the love is God. Yeah, you out here doing this trickery trying to make people love you. And I'm like, y'all got to get this business. Please stop. Okay. Yeah, because I ain't never do that. Yeah, just if you give the right person the love, then they'll always be in love with you. I'm saying, little baby, this is such a day. They will always be in love with you. Yo, come on. You gave them the real, genuine love. Listen, y'all, I used to pray with or for, with all my boyfriend things. Yeah, we be praying and stuff. I'm like, we got to pray because the Lord is not pleased. Listen, I cared about that salvation. Yeah, that's what you got to care about. You got to go before the Lord and lay prostrate and pray for people. You can't be out here doing this trickery. Because look, this is what God said. Let me tell you. Let me come on over to the scripture. He said, the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They don't even know what making them stumble. You're going to be all in the pieces. You're going to turn around and look up and everything going to be messed up. No, seek ye first the kingdom of God. I guess that's all he wanted me to come on here and tell you. But I just felt it in my spirit when he was telling me. He was like, yo, they out here really trying to make people love him. And I was really going back and forth like, God, but didn't I do that? And he was like, no, you just are an amazing person that just does stuff for people. But some of them thought you was trying to do that. Yeah, he was like, they would think that, but you would just be doing it out of the kindness of your heart. Sending them flowers. Everybody else, though, told you, I just sent it to them. But boyfriend number 10, I sent it because he was the love of my life. I was doing it you are just such an amazing person. Because I just saw him differently than I think he saw himself. Some people see you differently. Especially if they messed up. Please don't make me pull out Mark 8. About the blind man from Bethsaida. That beg for the people from the city. The people from the freaking city, y'all, brought Jesus to him and begged Jesus, please touch him. Because he was out there seeing people all messed up, looking like trees and everything. And y'all out here just doing this crazy stuff in these relationships. And God go talk to him. You know what it's like to not have love. And I'm like, yeah, but I ain't never make nobody try to love me. How am I even going to put that out there in pieces? And he was like, because you know what it's like to just kind of not have that love. He was like, but you just was trying to figure out what it was along the way. He was like, but some of them out here, they trying to make people love them. And they're messing it all up. Whatever that is, y'all got to seek him. So look, I did my job. This is just today's vocals, baby. And look, this is what I say. I think I did everything. He was like, do the water. I'm telling you, promise you, I just eat what God tell me to eat. Oh, look, I got to tell you all about this last thing real quick. I keep trying to tell you all, I've been making Love and V's kitchen. God, I don't know what the hell he in here doing with this recipes from God stuff, but I've been eating and working out, and he been telling me to do stuff, and I came up with this recipe for this. I've been baking. Yeah. I've been baking, baby. Okay. And I came up with this recipe that he gave me. I don't even know what to call it. He didn't ever give me what it is yet. Okay. But the thing is like this bake that I make with rice flour. Oh my God, help me. I'm telling you, I've been making Love and V's kitchen, baby. And he just been talking to me about being in love. I've been in there with the music on. He had me listening. He did. Thank you, God. He was like, I'm going to tell you what to say. Look, he was like, he had me listening to Teddy P. Come on and go with me. Do-do-do. Come on over to my place. I was like, what? I said, come on, man. He's like, you're going to have to go get you some incense. That's what he told me. He's like, you have to tell somebody to get you some incense. So you had to get them things. Yeah. He was like, when you go to the store or something, he's like, see what you want. Get you some of that. And I'm like, dang. He was just talking to me about the love. Like, yo, you were just a loving person, but people really be trying to these people out here trying to make somebody love them. And he was like, you going to have to talk to them about that. You can't make nobody love you. God is love. Same way you can't make nobody believe God. But you can Google. Look, you could Google Just a Touch of J, Just a Touch of J's scriptures, Just a Touch of J's vocals, Just a Touch of J's radio. This is Just a Touch of J, my boyfriend thing. Shout out to y'all if y'all be listening. I know y'all be listening. I've been respecting you too. Yeah, I have. Except for, the one, that whole thing. What's up? Every time I try to get to the end, I can't believe it. Like, the one that texts my phone, like, am I still blocked? Yo, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, how do you even still have my number after 4 years? Like, what? What? Okay, then, the one in my inbox talking about some, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, like that, I love you, like what? What are you doing? And the one that thought you could call me at some 1 something in the morning, baby. I don't know what y'all out here doing, but look, I know what I'm doing. I ain't out here trying to make nobody love me or see me or nothing. I'm out here chilling. That's what y'all need to be doing. I know about the love. Look, I know when the love is real and when it's fake. Because God is love. He be dropping dimes on me. Like, don't even pay attention to that type of stuff. Like, yo, keep on going. Keep on winning. That's why you could Google Just a Touch of J. You could do all that type of stuff. And when you got yourself together like I do, baby, God be making sure you straight. And you don't got to try to make nobody love you. Because who was there is still there from the beginning. I think I'm going to name it. No, he said I got to name it something about the love. But who was there? He told me that the other day, too. He told me to write that down. Under Just a Touch of J's quotes. Whoever's there now was there from the beginning. Then he said, put God on it. Because I'm trying to tell you that. I'm telling you what you got to do. You got to get over yourself. You got to stop worrying about how other people see you and give them just a touch of J, not too much. Everything else is God. I'm just trying to put it all out there in pieces for you, baby. I swear, I'm just trying to tell you something that I know. You all over yourself. You stumbling. You doing all that other type of stuff. And God says, beware. Read Proverbs 4. You getting yourself all caught up. That's not love. You can't make somebody love you. Thank God I never do that, because I was thinking I did. I was like, God, you sure? And he was like, no, you never did that. This was always nice. And I was like, yo, you right. He was like, yeah. He's like, but you really wanted to show boyfriend number 10 that you really loved him. So you would just be doing whatever. Like, you want some candy? He was like, you'd be sending him stuff to his job. And, you wasn't thinking about nothing. You just wanted him to feel the love because you felt like he deserved it. Yeah, shout out to you, baby, if you listening. You know what I'm saying? It was like you felt like he deserved that. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, he was like, but everybody else, you just was doing it because, they was with you. Like, I gotta make sure these niggas are straight because that was my thing. Like, no, you couldn't mess with me and not feel something. Like, you had to know something. You was going, no, like, I'm gonna make sure you understand that you're special enough to even mess with me. Yeah, that's how I used to be feeling. That's what God told me. He was like, you used to be treating them good. Like how could I treat you bad? My name is on the line. Like that type of thing. I'm somebody. So if you messing with me, I definitely got to make sure you straight. Yeah, no, because I'm somebody. I always felt like I was somebody. Yeah, child, listen, y'all got to get y'all straight. So look. I'm up out of here. You know what I mean? I done closed for like 8 times. I don't even know if I said everything he told me to say. I think I did. He told me about working out, told y'all my body, been making Love V's Kitchen, crazy. The recipes, the quotes that he told me to tell you about. He told me I could sip on some water so y'all can know about that podcast. Y'all are just doing so amazing. Australia. Like, yes, y'all rocking with me in the UK and just everywhere. Malaysia, like, oh, I love y'all. I'm putting it out there in pieces for you, baby. And the justice, there's so many things I'm just doing for y'all. And it's just so crazy. When I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, I'm really out here just getting this stuff together. Like, okay, Yeah, I'm doing what God told me to do, and you got to do it too. Yeah, whoever it is out there, you out here trying to make somebody love you, and you can. You got to do like me. Give them just a touch of J, not too much. Yeah, everything else is God. For real, yo, you just got to put it out there in pieces for him, baby. That's it. You ain't got to do nothing else. God got all that. Whatever you supposed to have, if it's yours, it's going to be yours. See, look, that's why he calls it wicked. Thank you, God. Because what you're doing is now you're trying to maneuver and manipulate things that maybe he doesn't want to happen. You're trying to play God and stuff, trying to get somebody to love you and see you and all that. You don't. You just got to give them just a touch of J, not too much. Everything else is God. Yeah. You just got to put it out there in pieces for him, baby. That's it. Whatever for you going to be yours. God tell me that all the time. Like, ain't nobody going to take nothing I gave you. Ain't nothing going, just chill. You be easy. When things are supposed to happen, they'll happen. That's what God tell me all the time. So I'll just be chilling like, all right, he be like, work on you. Get you straight. I'll be like, yeah, I got a new therapist, y'all. Oh, my gosh, she's so amazing. Yeah, and everything. He was like, you still got some head stuff going on with the family. I was like, okay, shoot, let's work on that. We've been unpacking stuff. She'd be like, let's stay there. I'll be like, yeah. She'd be like, well, why did you? I'll be like, I don't. She'd be like, from this age to this age, we need to work that thing out. Yo, and I love a Christian woman. She be like, we got to pray on that girl. I feel the Lord just lead me to this. And I'll be like, yeah. Because I told God, I was like, God, I want a Christian one too. And he was like, I got you. And man, listen, you got to get you straight. That's what I'm saying. You got to know you real thorough and just be like, yo, let me dot these T's and these I's and stop trying to make somebody love you. Girl, guy, whatever it is y'all out there doing. Yeah, stop trying to play God, because look, this is what he said. I'm closing. I had to close. This is what he said. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4:23, for above all else, guard your heart. Yo, for everything you do flows from it. And then the name he told me was, my name is Wonderful Counselor. But this what he said though. He said, don't forget this. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They don't even know what makes them stumble. Proverbs 4:19. He said, my name is Elroy, the God who sees. And that's just a touch of J's scriptures, baby. For those of y'all who know about that. Yeah. You go check it out. It's on the pages, whatever, when I'm networking somewhere. Yeah, but you don't even know what make you stumble. You out here, you doing all that trickery, trying to play him and all that. And he like, Veronica, you better let him know. Like, when somebody really love you, you can't make nobody love you. They gonna see the love on you. You know about that. You never tried to make nobody love you, but some of them thought you did, but you did. He was dropping downs on me, and I'm like, okay. He like, you gotta go ahead and say it. You gotta tell him to stop. So please, y'all, stop, okay? All right? Now, look, I'm up out of here, all right? Closing for like the 100th time. I told you about me working out. I did the liquid. What else did I do? I drank out of the water, the liquid. Told y'all about the podcast. I told y'all about what he told me to tell you. I was making Love and V's Kitchen, recipes from God. Doing stuff for you, okay? It's just a touch of Jay's story. Wait till y'all get that. Oh, yo, my house. God just been showing me just my house and just everything. Like, the way he just been mapping out my life is crazy. Look, that's right, because he said don't forget to tell y'all this. So the Lord's been talking to me about how I want the bridge to come from my house. Right? I swear I'm trying to end with this. I want the bridge to come from my house. It's going to be a bridge that's going to cross over into another part of my estate, right? So on one side, it has to be leveled out a certain type of way, and it needs to be like two pieces. And we were thinking about putting like 1, 2, 3 of them together. And God was like, no, you need to do 4. So it's like 2 on each side and it meets in the middle. And he was like, so that way when you walk across it, I want you to think about what would happen if you weren't there for someone. And he was like, just think about like if your husband is there, you should always, when you get to the top, be able to meet each other and hold each other up. He was like, that's what love is. He's like, and it will be really, really dope. Like how he was structuring it and all that. And we was talking about it. And I was like, yo, that is just so amazing. And I was like, so that will be the bridge. And that's going to be the length. That's what we decided. That's what the length is going to be. So anyway, right. He was like, don't forget to tell him that, because I've been working on that damn bridge. But anyway. So anyway, but it'll be leading to another part of my house. Okay. So, please understand that the person that you're going to have, that God has for you, okay? Hear me, baby, please. You don't gotta do none of that crazy stuff, because God has them for you. Yeah, you always gonna have them. That's what he got for you. You just gotta fall back and be easy. I don't worry about something that's mine. I tell y'all the whole time, put my feet up like, all right, I'm saying, God tell me what's going on or whatever. He said, look, this one's going to be, do this, do that. I'll do that and I'll do that. And I don't worry about nothing, because I know he knows what's best for me. Look, let me tell you this. Let me go in my bathroom real quick. Then I'm out of here, I promise. This is going to be the last time. Let me go up in here. This is what I got right here. Right? For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope in the future. God's like, that's Jeremiah 29:11. I got a plan. A plan. I got a plan. I know the plan. I know the plan. I got a plan. You don't got to make nobody love you. I know the plan. I got a plan. Plans to prosper you. Plans to not harm you. So I don't be worried about none of this. Mom, baby, I don't do that. I tell you all that on the Just a Touch of J podcast. Shout out to the Love Doctor series. Y'all know all about that. And make sure y'all following Just a Touch of J number 1 and number 2. Yeah, one is over 200 and something thousand, and the other one is 100 and I think 50,000. That's on it. You'll see it. You know, when you go out there and you want to have Just a Touch of J, not too much. Click on one of them. Take you there. Or just Google Just a Touch of J. I tell you that. Okay, so look. Here's the recap. It's already done. Please, just stop it. Okay? Okay, whatever's supposed to love you, God got for you. He know the plan. Okay, please stop trying to make somebody love you. I didn't do it, okay? But I know what it's like. I do. You know, and I had a love, like, you know, for family support and stuff like that. But you can't be out here getting wicked, yo. You got to guard your heart. That's the Proverbs 4. Read it. I gave it to you, okay? Because if you don't, you're going to be out here looking for people, calling people love. And I told y'all I know all about that. You know. Because one of my boyfriend number 10 days always be like, yo, is he over there? I used to be like, what? Huh? Like, what? How do you even, like, no. Why? Huh? You know, nobody else, though. There wasn't nobody else. They never had nothing like that going on. But, you know, he messed with women. No. But he still loved my life, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. You know, who gonna make me stop loving them? For real, like, nobody. I tell y'all that on Just a Touch of Day podcast, baby. Nobody, baby. Y'all know that song? But anyway, look. Get you straight, okay? Learn about love. Read your Bible. Get you straight. You know, because you lacking something, yo. Get you a counselor or something. Because he like, yo, the guys is doing it. The girls is doing it. They out here doing all this stuff. You got to let them know, like, it don't work like that. You ain't had to do that, so neither do they. Yeah, you just got to let God lead you. What's for you is for you, okay? Always going to be for you because he gave it to you. You know, get you straight. Shoot, please, because you ain't straight when you start doing all that trickery and stuff. You get wicked. Okay, so look, I put it out there, peace for you. This is Just Such a J. This ain't the podcast. Okay, shout out to V's podcast topics. This ain't the podcast. You know, but you could Google Just a Touch of J. This is Just a Touch of J's vocals, baby. And you can't make nobody believe God. You could talk to him. Yo, I tell y'all how he healed me. I tell y'all the truth so it can set you free. Shout out to my boyfriend thing. 31 years of me dating, 10 boyfriends, 10 different ways. I know who I am in Christ. Yeah. I got a relationship with the Father God. He be taking care of me. I'm straight. Dodging these bullets like I told you. And I'm trying to tell you something. You got to get you straight. You got to get you straight. So look, Google Just a Touch of J. Do that whole thing. You know, shout out to y'all with the cannabis papers. Y'all going so crazy. And the girl at the store today. I love her. She's just a young girl. I ain't going to put her out there in pieces, but she's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh my God, like, I got your papers and I put them underneath my mattress and I forgot that they were there and I was home and oh my God, they're so smooth and they're just like so amazing. I just felt so lovely when I was doing it and I was just cracking up. Yo, she just told me this yesterday. Was it today? It was today. Yeah, it was today because I went on over there and I said I just got done being at the gym for like 4 hours. Yeah, I remember we was having a smart little conversation. She's just so bubbly, but she was telling me about my papers. So shout out to y'all. Anybody out there that's supporting them that just love the Just a Touch of J rolling papers, my cannabis papers. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are so thorough. Everybody has a different experience, I'll tell you. Y'all are so thorough. But you could Google that too, Just a Touch of J's cannabis. You know? You could see really like what God has done in my life. Yeah, for real. Like, I don't be out here like how I used to be. You could really Google a lot of stuff. You could see like, yo, God really healed me. You know, I don't be playing about his business. You know, so if I come on here and I tell you, yo, get you straight. Something ain't right. You can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody believe God. You could Google Just a Touch of J. You can Google Just a Touch of J.